Right guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Manchester City won, Chelsea won, and it's 2 points dropped, in my opinion, for Manchester City. With Liverpool winning today, brilliant victory for Liverpool, 4-1, and then Arsenal winning 5-0 against Burnley. It's 2 points dropped for Manchester City. I think they were the favourites going into this game. They were at home. Yes, Chelsea are they're in a 2-game winning run coming into this game, but they've just been lacking all season, Chelsea, and I think Manchester City will be kicking themselves that they haven't won this game this evening. Pep's not going to be happy. Manchester City were largely dominant. They were the more dominant team, which I think we all expected, but they just couldn't score goals today, Man City. They had chances. Erling Haaland missed a couple of sitters. There was one where he, free header. 9 times out of 10 it's a goal, but he blazes it over the bar. It's a horrible miss for Haaland, and that really should have gone in. And if that goes in, Man City win the game. But yeah, I don't think Man City fans, Pep, will be happy with that performance because they should have won. But I think, you can't take anything away from Chelsea tonight. I thought defensively, they were brilliant. Seriously, I thought Chelsea were brilliant defensively. Chelsea, listen, have leaked goals all season. But today, I thought we really saw an improvement on Chelsea, especially in the defensive side. I think Poch set them up correctly. We all knew Chelsea were going to hit Manchester City on the counter attack. We all knew that was going to happen, and it did happen. Because that's the way teams play against Manchester City. But yeah, brilliant defensive performance from Chelsea. Manchester City were hammering at that Chelsea back line, and Chelsea stood strong. I know they conceded, but 100%, I think they're taking a draw. To come away with a point at the Etihad, Poch is going to be very, very pleased with that performance. Yes, obviously, Pochettino would have liked the victory, but it's very hard to come away from the Etihad and win. So I think Poch will take a draw. Shout out as well, Disasi today for Chelsea at centre back. Absolutely colossal performance by him today. For me, by far man of the match. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, Disasi, today. Body on the line, and when Chelsea were 1-0 up, the Chelsea's centre backs and defenders were celebrating the clearances like goals. And I think they, again, Chelsea will be disappointed not to come away with a win, and especially then defenders, because you can see how much they wanted the win and the clean sheet today, and they didn't get it, unfortunately. But it is 2 points drop for Manchester City. It's, advantage to Liverpool and Arsenal. Yes, Manchester City still do have that game in hand, which if they win, they will go level on points with Arsenal, and I believe 2 points behind Liverpool. But yeah, they just couldn't find a way through today, Man City. I think they found it very difficult. They just could not get, their main players into the game. Kevin De Bruyne, yes, he had a lot of the ball today, Kevin De Bruyne, a lot of touches, but he just couldn't really get into the game. Phil Foden, I thought, was a ghost today. Seriously, Phil Foden is probably Man City's most informed player, and Chelsea just shut him out. Was Foden even playing? I seriously did not notice Phil Foden today at all. Didn't notice him. And I think, Pochettino probably identified Foden as Man City's informed player and targeted him. And, well, it worked because, yeah, he was like non-existent today, Foden. And then obviously we've mentioned Haaland missed like a couple of sitters, like I just said, which is strange for Erling Haaland, but no doubt in the next game he'll probably score a hat-trick. So I won't be worrying if I'm a Man City fan. I think just today was one of them games for Haaland. You know, you get them games as a striker where, you know, you get chances and they sometimes don't go in. And that's what happened today for Haaland. But yeah, for Chelsea, brilliant defensive performance. You know, they had a few other attacks on the break apart from the goal. But, you know, especially in that second half, Man City were very dominant. You know, I remember, I think it was in the second half, Chelsea had one attack where Kyle Walker nearly put the ball into the back of the net, or his own net. You know, that would have been 2-0 to Chelsea, and I think that probably would have been game over. Yeah, I think if Chelsea would have got that second goal in the second half, I don't think Manchester City would have won the game or even drawn the game. I think Chelsea would have won, but they couldn't get that second goal, Chelsea, to kill the game, and you know they always let Man City in at 1-0. You know, we all knew the goal was coming as well. Like the goal for City was inevitable. You know, they were just on them. You know, it was just pressure after pressure after pressure, and eventually the door, like I said, was going to get kicked down, and it did by Rodri. But, you know, I really enjoyed the game. But, you know, let's talk about the goals. Chelsea taking a 1-0 lead in the 42nd minute, just before half-time. And Raheem Sterling coming back to the Etihad to haunt his former club, Manchester City. And you know what? This is a brilliant counter-attacking goal from Chelsea. And, you know, this is what you need against Man City. Chelsea, every team usually plays counter-attacking football against Man City. And if you can get one counter-attack, you're good. And it was brilliant play by Nicholas Jackson. Lovely back heel. I think it's to Conor Gallagher. And, you know, he plays Jackson back in, Gallagher, lovely ball. And, you know, Sterling's on the far side, frees a bird. All Jackson's got to do is find him. He does find him. Kyle Walker's, you know, getting back. Sterling has the composure to cut inside of Kyle Walker and put it into the bottom right-hand corner. Very good finish by Raheem Sterling. Very good composure by Raheem Sterling. And yeah, Walker got sent really. Really good goal by Chelsea and Raheem Sterling. And I think Poch would have been very happy with that goal because that's what they would have been working on, you know, in training this week, 100% counter-attacks. But yeah, the second half, City were largely dominant, banging on that door, and finally Rodri broke through the door. Bit of a scrappy goal for City, but they do work it nicely, I think, to the right-hand side. And I think a cross tries to come in. I think it gets deflected out, and Rodri just absolutely wellies it. It does deflect off Chalobah, but I think it's going into the top left-hand corner anyway, to be honest, so I don't think the deflection matters. Petrovic can't react in time to the deflection, even though I don't think he would have saved the shot if it hadn't have got deflected. And yeah, Man City, they pushed for a winner. A few VAR shouts for Man City, which didn't go their way. But yeah, all in all, a very enjoyable game, you know. But yeah, City, it's 2 points dropped at the end of the day. It is, and I think Chelsea were very happy with a point. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match. Please like, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.